Hello, and a good fuck Microsoft to you. Welcome to Mass Effect. Working? We're progressing, so I'll assume it's working. Yes, good. All right, that took way too much effort to solve. Let's make sure everything's still fine. Yeah, it looks fine. I was having a little bit of issue with color correction earlier, so I don't want to touch that. And these all look okay. Probably. I don't know. Also, hello, homie. How are you doing today? How was D&D on Saturday and Monday? So let's see. Saturday, we progressed with our Strength of Thousands campaign. We're on a table, and we are tiny, like smaller than ant-sized. We're at the point of the game now where it's just like impossible for the DM to do anything about us because we have so much bullshit up our sleeves that like you can't do anything. So it's going well. And then Monday, got together with some friends to not play tabletop because a friend from the military showed back up and made a new character. And we planned a camping trip. I'm going this Sunday. Looking forward to it. I did a bunch of prep yesterday, so honestly, the fact that the stream didn't start immediately was kind of a blessing in disguise. I was very tired. And then woke up in the middle of the night with a severe muscle cramp in my leg that I'm still feeling the repercussions of. Like, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning and thought, oh god, this is it. This is how I die. And then I prayed for death because, like, holy shit, it was painful and it lasted so long. But I survived. I'm here. We eventually got Mass Effect working, so let us play. So I'm pretty out of the loop on this one. I don't know anything about Mass Effect beyond the fact that it's about space and that it had a really shitty color-oriented ending. You know, choose your favorite color. The ending doesn't really matter. Was like the impression that I got. So let's see why everybody likes this so much. Start a new career.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested.
Mm-hmm.
Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Due to your covert N7 status, ID records are incomplete. Please confirm identity from the records below or register manually. Ah, I see. There's a bug in the system. Now, I've always hated how default John Shepard looks. Not a particularly big fan of Jane Shepard either. No ID. Custom. Honestly, I'm so out of the loop on this one. I'll just stick with John Shepard. That's fine.
Warning. Data corruption detected.
Uh-oh.
Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
Oh, how's the audio on that? Might be a little low. There we go. Alright. Spacer. That sounds like a slur. Both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. Colonist. You were born and raised on Mindor, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindor, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. Earthborn. You were an orphan raised on the streets of the great megatropolis covering Earth. Megatropolises. I guess the entire Earth just became one colony? Colony city? Ugh. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. If the mechanics are outside of RTS, maybe, yeah. If it looks interesting. Why? What you got in mind? I don't think it's StarCraft. I'm not aware of any non-RTS things based off of StarCraft, but at the same time, I'm very out of the loop on that one too, so maybe something does exist and I don't know about it. Oh, Command and Conquer. I had a disc version of that at some point that I never played because war games don't entice me all that much, and that was like the impression that I got from the box. Let me take a look. So FPS. It's the only one in the series that uses the first-person view. Interesting. I'm gonna guess this was a game that was developed by an outside studio as an adaptation, and apparently it did pretty well. Has problems, but people are having too much fun to care. Alright. Yeah, alright. Oh, so the opposite. It's the original studio, but they've never made an FPS before. And it shows. But apparently it had good online play. I don't know, maybe. I'll have to do some more research into it. Let's see. Born and bred spacer. I'm part of a colony that got added to the Alliance patrol. Or I escaped destitution to become a part of the military. Middle of the road.
Confirm psychological profile.
I can't remember. Oh, no, I remember what game it was that I was playing that made me realize that, like, every game I play, I'm always a centrist. And I'm pretty sure it was Elden Ring, because there was like, or it was at the same time I was playing Elden Ring. There was a game that judged me based off of my choices and achievements unlocked that told me I was a centrist. Maybe it was maybe I was playing Disco Elysium at the same time as Elden Ring. Let me go take a look real quick. Alright, I played Elden Ring 3 years ago in March. I played Disco 2 years ago in June. Oh, but when did I get all my achievements? Ooh, I got most of these achievements in, or I got a couple of these achievements in February of the same year. That might be it. Did I get the centrist one? That's the important one. It was it was the first fucking achievement I got. Ah. Yeah, okay. I'm a people pleaser. I want to go like center of the road to make sure everyone's happy. Probably more left-leaning though. Because the fucking center is so far right. So yeah, centrism. Anyway, psychological profile. Soul survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. War hero. Earlier in the military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Alright. Poster child. Ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule. Get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. When failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. This one's inspiring. This one's blasé. And this one's a robot. This one's also kind of formulaic. What would I be? Based off of my former job experience, I'd probably be labeled ruthless. I'm a survivor. I'm misunderstood.
Military specialization.
Alright. Soldiers are combat specialists, ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in the use of all weapon types, start with the ability to wear medium armor, and can train in use of heavy armor. Okay, this seems like it's actually deciding my class. Yes, it is. Engineers are tech specialists using the holographic Omni tool. They can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. It's fine, I guess. It's more like a rogue. Adepts are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. I'm a psychic. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles and wear medium armor. So somewhere in between soldier and engineer. Okay, more combat-ready rogue or a warrior with more tools in his belt. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They're more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only wear light armor and receive no specialized weapon training. Mage rogue. Lot of cool utility, but low combat potential. Vanguards are biotic weapons, or warriors. Just like wipe their consciousness from them. They're weapons now. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents and are especially deadly at short range. They specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. Shotguns. If I have to use a gun, shotgun is my bread and butter. But I have done a little bit of research into this, and I know who my team is. So I want to be a little more focused on biotics. And I think tech. Let me go do the math real quick. Already optimizing. And I don't even know what I'm fucking doing. So, based off of what I know about my potential squad mates, I definitely need biotics. And I thought I was going to need tech, but I think I actually need combat. In which case, I don't want to play a Sentinel. I want to be a Vanguard. Now that suits me just fine. But I want to make doubly sure. So Sentinels are going to have tech, which is the more utility-based skills that allow me to, like, break into stuff, repair, and do a lot of the, like, more sleight-of-hand, stealthy things, I assume. Whereas combat is just going to let me do damage and be healthier. And then they both involve magic. It's just magic. So I've got combat. I've got a little bit of combat, yeah. Depending on the team that I'm running, I have a lot of tech, so having another person in tech is inadvisable. Having everybody good at combat is okay. So yeah, I think Vanguard lets me use a shotgun. That makes me happy.
Confirm facial identification.
Alright, now to fix this. Oh god.
Confirm facial identification.
Honestly, I don't... I looked at it earlier, and the thing I have the most trouble with... Where'd he go? I guess I'll run this. Hair. There was a hairstyle I was looking at in here earlier. Yeah, cowlick. That's me, I guess. We'll go for something slightly similar. That's probably fine. And probably best I have my facial hair match. For that matter, eyes. Okay, brow color probably just matches whatever's on there. That's like almost too blue. Alright. Yeah, there weren't any longer hairstyles, right? We're in the military here. Yeah, I gotta keep it fairly short and clean. Amazing how a hairstyle can make you just look like you have a square head. Wait, no. Okay, I guess that's all hair, but it looks like his head extends into his hair with the lighting. So that one just makes your like a cone head. I don't like that nose. I don't usually spend so much time staring at people's faces, because it's impolite. Do people just, like, generally have larger lips than I'm used to? Because there's only, like, one preset here that's kind of close to what I think I have. Maybe that one, because I feel like I've always had a larger lower lip than an upper lip. Let's go with this one. And that looks... yeah, mostly fine. Oh, wait, the all-important scar. None. I am blank. Gnarly. How damaged am I? Oh, man, that one's kind of accurate to something that happened to me once. Not a scar, but, like, same hair pattern. Yeah, let's go with that one, then. I got a code. I'll keep that on screen for a second in case I need to, like, run back here and confirm. Maybe we can make it a little easier for me to see it.
Profile
Finalize.
reconstruction complete.
Alright, I have got my John Shepard. Reconstruct. Your character is complete and will unable to change any settings. Unless you fucking restart the game in 2 seconds.
Identification confirmed.
Combat difficulty. Doesn't tell me what to expect. I don't know what the intended difficulty of Mass Effect is to, like, gamers. I'd assume I'm in the veteran to hardcore, but I'd only play hardcore for something that I really care for, and insanity for something I'm, like, truly invested in. So I guess I'll go veteran. No, I want to choose my levels, even if I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. In classic mode, the original 1 to 60 level range will be used instead of the 1 to 30 level range. XP and talents progression remains the same, but the number of levels is doubled. So, classic had you level 60 times. Legendary just reduced that to get rid of bloat, I guess. Yeah, sounds fine. Squad power usage determines which skills and talents squad members will use in combat. This one, presumably, I can change on the fly, and if not, what the fuck? And I think I confirmed all these. Alright. We're getting in there.
What about Shepard? He grew up in the colonies.
He knows how tough life can be out there. His parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
He saw his whole unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Yeah, I got one right here.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Give me the option to shift my head during cutscenes. Come on! In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discover the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, the mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies. Nearly traveled to the first stars. The basis of this incredible technology was force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it the greatest discovery in human history. Civilizations of the galaxy call it Mass Effect. They said the name of the game! It took, like, what? Half a minute?
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence. Commander? We are connected. Calculating transit mass and
I
destination.
was expecting Shepard to be more built.
The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations.
Maybe because I think of him in the same area, in the same era as Gears of War. So like, you know, epitome of masculinity.
Board is green. Approach run has begun.
Also God of War. Maybe it was just War Games.
Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online.
I recognize your voice actor, but hell if I can name who he is.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
For what?
So you hate him?
He confirmed
Zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the
coordinates or
bathroom?
something.
That's
Whatever.
good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
You always expect the worst.
Oh,
Bad
fully
feelings
voice
are an
acted.
occupational hazard. But we don't go anywhere unless there's a good reason, so what are we doing here?
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the map.
Hey, is that the chief? Or not the chief.
Everything looks solid.
Is that the sergeant from Halo?
I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Was he just like typecast as the guy in charge?
Analysis headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
He's not even trying to do a different
You got that,
voice. He just
Commander?
has one.
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the
Oh, I do
captain
not get a
always
lot of
sound
time for
little
that.
pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
All right. I am going to take a quick break here. So get up and stretch, grab a snack, grab a drink, and we will be right back. And we are back. Yeah, hair. Okay, what do we have to work with here? Map? Straightforward so far. Codex.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military
The
forces.
first to
As their
figure
territory
out
and
space
influence has
travel.
spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline, and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
Hard not to think of Star Trek when I hear honor.
Roughly 1,200 years.
There was an extra entry about Turians in there. How do I move to that?
Invited to join the Citadel Council to The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government.
Oh, I guess it was just the first entry in Aliens.
The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
That seems very human to immediately engage in war with an unknown entity in space. You were raised in Mindor on the fringes of the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, the colony was raided by slavers, the entire settlement was razed, and your friends and family were slaughtered. A passing Alliance patrol rescued you, but all you loved was destroyed. You enlisted with the Alliance military eventually, volunteering to go to Akaze, a colony that had mysteriously dropped out of contact. As soon as it arrived on the surface, your patrol was attacked by Thresher Maws, mindless abominations of teeth and tentacles that rose up from beneath the earth. Constant gunfire couldn't drown out the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to a gruesome death. 15 Marines died on Akaze. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zones alive. A monument on the planet commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity must pay as they spread throughout the stars. Humanity and Systems Alliance timeline. 2069. Armstrong Outpost at Shackleton Crater becomes the first human settlement on Luna. It is formally found on July 24th, the 100th anniversary of the first lunar landing. So in like 40 years' time, we're going to create a settlement on... I gotta assume that's the moon, and it just got a more official name than, like, orbiting planetoid. 2103, the Lowell City in Eos Chasma becomes the first human settlement on Mars. Oh, like another 70 years before we get a settlement on Mars, eh? Well, so far, I gotta say, at least the timeline is far enough in the future to be reasonable, but not so far off as to be out of reach. It's when they do stuff like Back to the Future and, you know, their super advanced society is, I want to say, like 5 years ago, but probably closer to 10 now, based off of how poor I am at guessing these things. It just feels really short-sighted. You know, like 1980s imaginings of what the year of tomorrow would look like. 2137. Eltfell Ashland Energy Corporation demonstrates helium-3 fuel extraction from the atmosphere of Saturn. 2142. Construction of Gagarin Station begins beyond the orbit of Pluto. Oh, getting out to Pluto now, are we? I wonder if they expected that Pluto would be demoted. 2148. Prospectors discovered the Prothean ruins at Promethei Planum on Mars. Oh, former life on Mars, eh? Translation of Prothean data leads humans to the Charon Mass Relay. Systems Alliance founded to coordinate exploration and colonization of extrasolar worlds. 2151. A shipping accident at Singapore International Spaceport exposes downwind communities to containers of dust form element 0. Alliance begins construction of Arcturus Station. 2152. Roughly 30% of the children born in Singapore after element 0 exposure suffer from cancerous growths. Systems Alliance begins settlement of Earth's first extrasolar colony world, the planet Demeter. Or Demeter. Demeter. 2154. Commander Shepard born. Super important event. Has to be known. 2155. Systems Alliance occupies completed portions of Arcturus Station as a headquarters. So it's been how long since like 90 years almost since people have made a settlement on the moon. And about 5 years since we've discovered interplanetary travel, or in intergalactic travel, that Shepard was born. (2156) Some children in Singapore exhibit minor telekinetic abilities. Oh, good. The cancer wasn't, like, entirely bad. Containers of dust form element 0 expose people to biotics. Alright. 2157. Turians encounter human explorers. First contact war. Occupation and liberation of the human colony of Shanxi. 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 Chinese pronunciation so hard. That's what I get for not being a native speaker. Chi. I have no idea how long that copy pasta is. Now I feel like looking it up. Ah, it was 97 words. Different pronunciations of chi to create an entire essay. Ridiculous. 2158. Humans learn potential of biotics. An international effort to track element zero exposures begins. Roughly 10% of exposed children show some level of biotic ability. Start pumping the kids full of biotics. Who cares if they get cancer? Does that mean I have cancer? I haven't learned if there's a 100% success rate of cancer in the people who have biotics. (2160) Systems Alliance Parliament formed. 2165. Humans establish embassy on Citadel. 2170. Batarian slavers attack the Alliance colony of Mindor. That's me! 2176. Skyline Blitz. Pirates and slavers attacked Elysium, the human capital in the Skyline Verge. 2177. Thresher maws devour the Alliance colony of Akuze. That was presumably the event I was in? Let's see. 2157. 2177. So I was... attacked by slavers at age 16. (2170). Batarian slavers attack the Alliance colony in Mindor. Yep. And then I enlist in the Alliance, and 7 years later, Thresher maws devour a colony of which I am the only survivor. So that'd be when I'm 23. 2178. In retaliation for the Skylian Blitz, an Alliance fleet wipes out an army of slavers on the moon of Torfan. So pirates attacked the... I gotta assume Alliance capital, and they retaliated a couple of years ago. All right. Journal. You are Lieutenant Commander Shepard, Executive Officer on the SSV Normandy. Go speak to Captain Anderson in the comm room. No assignments. Squad screen lets you view your team's talents. Use D-pad to select a talent or its rank. Rank and select a talent. Talent points unlock higher ranks. Oh no, I'm locked out of shotguns. I thought I was supposed to be good at those or something. Oh, I need to have 6 points in pistols before I'm allowed to use shotguns. Okay. Grants the marksman ability. Assault training increases melee damage, increases weapon damage, and grants the adrenaline burst ability. I need 5 ranks in assault training before I can get tactical armor. So I'm not allowed to equip armor right now? Wait. Able to equip light armor, but unlocks medium armor. So do I need another skill to equip medium armor? Ah. Projects a mass effect field powerful enough to hurl objects and enemies caught in the area of effect out of the way. Each point spent increases the strength of throw. Alright, just literally pick people up and throw them away. 7 points in throw gets me lift. So this is just an anti-gravity zone to temporarily disable people. Warp projects a powerful mass effect field that wreaks havoc on a subatomic level. Weakens armor and inflicts damage over time on enemies caught in the area. Dots? I love dots. Dots bound to an area, though. 4 points in warp gets barrier. Bolster kinetic shields with a mass effect field that can absorb a massive amount of damage. Attacks that penetrate shields will also penetrate the barrier. So I can get some temp HP. Vanguards are trained for close combat and can use their own abilities to counter enemy biotics. Increases biotic resistance, increases damage with shotguns and pistols. Sounds good. Charm opens charm options and conversation, decreases the cost of items in store. Charm options and conversations will be grayed out if you do not have a high enough skill rank. New skill ranks unlock when you become a Spectre and as you gain Paragon points, which I assume are these 3 points I have. Intimidate opens intimidate options and conversations, increases credits gained when selling items in stores. So Charm allows me to buy things for cheaper, and Intimidate allows me to sell things for more. Yeah, alright. Intimidate options and conversations will be graded if you do not have a high enough rank. New skill ranks will unlock when you become a Spectre. Okay. Well, based off of what I've seen and what I can assume from other games, charisma is going to be my job. So I should probably put points into this. One in charm, one in intimidate, and then one in something of my choice. Throw enemy away from the caster with a force of 600 newtons. Increase it by 50. Inflict 6 points to the target every second. Lowers the target's damage protection by 50%. Increase the warp duration to 8 seconds. So goes from 7, 14, 21, 42 damage to 49 damage. I've got 105 health, so an extra 7, or an extra 6 is actually a considerable amount. It's like 11-ish%. And more than 10%. Or no, roughly 10%? But I'd have to keep them in the area, and I don't know how big it is. Is 4 meters a decent-sized dot field? I don't know. If I'm using shotguns, it definitely is. Stuff that gives me new abilities is probably preferable. And I need ranks and pistols before I can get shotguns anyway. Oh, I can actually see what they each grant. Alright. Damage, damage, marksman. Accuracy by 60%, increases damage by 25%, increases headshot damage by 50%. Purges weapon heat on use. Grants me 6 seconds of increased damage and accuracy. And allows me to continue shooting when my weapon would otherwise overheat. Just use this ability when I need to continue doing damage. Alright. Lock shotguns. Increased effectiveness of marksman. 60, 50, 75. Increases damage by 25%. Increases headshot damage by 25%. Alright. Yeah, alright. Increases damage by 20% at each rank. Accuracy is increased by 60%. Fires a projectile, inflicting damage equal to 2% of weapon damage to enemy within 2 meters of its impact point. Oh, splash damage, alright. And purges weapon heat. So it's same ability, but for shotguns. But this one does AoE damage instead of increasing just basic damage. And continues to increase damage by 25%. The first rank is really good, because it gets me a new ability and increases my damage by 100%, as opposed to 125% at the next rank. Adrenaline boost resets cooldown time on all your talents as they can be used immediately. Ooh, alright. 120%. 120 seconds. Accuracy cost 30%. I'll learn what these are later, I'll assume. Tactile armor increases weapon damage and melee damage by a fair margin. Lowers the cooldown on adrenaline boost by 30 seconds. And halves the remaining cooldown. Ooh, that last rank. Pretty good. Restores 30% of your shield per second for 2 seconds. Accuracy cost again. I'm going to assume accuracy cost is total and not current. Otherwise, I blow my accuracy and then pop all my cooldowns. Although that could have its own blowback if my damage is based off of how much accuracy I spend on an ability. Or the more likely, I have 100% accuracy and each ability that I use depletes it by some percentage. 30% of shield. So 60% of shield. So that's a decent temp HP ability. This allows me to use medium armor. Another 10% of shield. So 20% of shield over 2 seconds. Another 10% of shield every 2 seconds. Light armor is not going to get me much. An extra 100% of health. Presumably heavy shield would just, like, make me a fortress. Okay, it was 7 points for warp. Or no lift. So I can throw enemies. Increases the, I guess, force that I throw people with by 50%, by 50 every time. That unlocks lift. The rank after that jumps to 100. Oh, and it's got a little bit of splash? A lot of accuracy. Okay, let's see. 600. 4 meters, 60 seconds, 60%. 5 meters, 50 seconds, 45%. Okay, so increases the radius by a meter, lowers the cooldown by 10 seconds, and reduces the cost by 15%. Another meter, another 10 seconds, another 15%. Okay. So throw does damage. Does damage to people in a radius of the spot that I throw them, I suppose. This gives me the ability to lift people, and these ranks will increase the effectiveness and lower the cost and duration so I can do it more often. Everything with 4 meters to the target. That's just a CC. 6 seconds every 60 seconds. I can do it to somebody slightly farther away. $10 seconds sooner, and for 20% less accuracy. Yep. Looks damage to the target every second. Lowers protection. Unlocks barrier. Lowers target's damage protection by 50%. By 60%. Radius 4, duration 7, recharge 60, accuracy 780. Increased radius. Much longer duration, which I guess is what I'm spending most of the ranks on anyway. Quicker recharge. Same accuracy cost. Yeah. Okay. Warp is going to be expensive regardless of when I use it. I can increase its efficacy, its size, its duration, and I can use it more often if I level it up. Could be a good choice. Barrier. 400, 10, 60, 80. 700, 16, 50, 80 again. It's a shield. It absorbs a lot. It's 4 times my HP currently. And this is 6% and 5%, increasing by 3% and 1% every rank afterwards. So 1 rank is good, and then any other rank after that is just a damage increase, but not as impactful as that first one. And then Charm and Intimidate just change based off of how many ranks I have in it for more options. Okay. Getting Charm and Intimidate early are probably my best choice. Just for, like, dialogue options. But I don't want to completely ignore combat until I've finished Charm and Intimidate, so I guess I should probably put something into one of these. Get that cooldown to use pistols more often, and then eventually use shotguns. Assault training to eventually get tactical armor. It's a big increase to melee damage, too. At first point, anyway. Slightly more damage to throw to get me lift sooner. Why is it radius 4 meters? Is that like... I can do that to a target within 4 meters of me? I feel like I want more ranks of warp if I'm using a pistol so I can debuff people sooner with a relatively, like, medium to long range weapon. But if I'm planning on using a shotgun, then, like, the only reason I want warp is to increase the duration and efficacy, not really the range. Not that I'm getting a big range increase anyway. Alright, well, I probably want warp and barrier. Lift would be a cool CC ability to eventually get. Assault training allows me to reset my cooldowns and get some more armor and temp HP. And pistols will get me more damage and eventually shotgun usage. Damage, defense and reset abilities, biotics and CC, debuff and temp HP, damage, social. I think I can go pistol. Alright. Now, I'm going to take another break before we continue, so BRB. So I had a thought while I was away. I've got 30 points, I guess, to work with as I level up. I think I should look at how many abilities I have. 2, 4, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 100 and... Oh, sorry, 72, 84, 96, 108. Not counting... Oh, wait, no. 105, not counting the ones that I currently have. So 110, and I'll level up 30 times. So at best, I could cap out 2 of these things. Which I probably don't want to do. The major unlocks would be more important. It cost me 22 points to get all those. And 28 points to get both of the social links as well, leaving me 2 points of flex. Which would allow me to unlock 2 of shotgun, tactical armor, lift, and barrier. So I'm gonna have to make some choices here. Alright. Glad I made that distinction before I tried to spread myself too thin. As we've been playing for an hour and a half, and I've been in control of my character for like less than 2 seconds. Alright, Codex, Journal, Squad, Map. Did this unlock more stuff? Equipment. Allows you to equip and upgrade gear for your squad. Cycle, select. Equip, selected item, upgrade, break down into Omnigel. Do I actually have more than just a pistol right now? Assault rifle. Shotgun. Pistol. Sniper. Grenade. Biotic amp. Armor. It doesn't look like I have anything in my inventory. But it's either showing me what the base rank is, or I've got at least 1 copy of every weapon. EPS, heatsink capacity, accuracy. Abilities that cost accuracy, are they going to expend a gauge that I have to recharge over time, or is it like slotting in things that have a certain capacity themselves, like chips in Nier Automata? That's something else I'm gonna have to look out for. Got a lot of accuracy on the shotgun. And the pistol. Sniper's alright. Grenade is... Oh wait, no, that's not accuracy. Damage. Explosive impulse and effect radius. Amps. 5 seconds, 10 power, 5 cooldown. And armor. Damage reduction. Overshield, 10 HP. And resistance to tech and biotics. Alright. Guess I should make a save now that I've put in some thought to what kind of character I want to make. And now I guess we can move on with the actual game.
The captain's waiting for you in the comm room, Commander.
There's only two guys here.
You probably don't want to keep the captain waiting, Commander.
I'll do what I want. I'm the commander. I totally recognize my rank. Navigator Presley.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But
It's taken me like all of one interaction to figure out how these menus work.
Decorated special forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the first contact
It's
war.
genetic! I can't help it.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Okay, so left side of the menu is like extra content, and right side advances the conversation.
You watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Marines are meant to fight. You just fix us up when we're done.
I know how things work, Commander. I've seen my share of combat, but it's foolish to go looking for trouble. You could both take a lesson from the captain. He's not afraid of combat, but he knows the value of restraint, too.
Sorry, Doc, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He
Man,
usually
what would it have been like to have a front row seat to that?
Took down an entire enemy platoon
And figure out who's to blame.
Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Oh, make room for Commander Shepard.
They're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds, just like you on a cruise.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do.
Cool.
This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
This mission isn't about personal glory, Corporal. We have a job to do. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not gonna screw this up.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
All right. Commander, or Captain.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I've never been there.
But you know of it. It's become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also...
Got a very human-sounding
But
voice.
how safe is it, really?
If you've got something to say, just say it.
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made
Presumably,
like this,
Turians
it
don't
jumped our
speak
technology forward
English,
200
so
years.
maybe it's just
Eden Prime
translation
doesn't
that's
have the
making them
facilities to
sound
handle
human.
something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish,
Mm-hmm.
too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Agreed.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
What's going on, Captain?
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority.
Take off my training
If they
wheels!
accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Just tell me what I have to do.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or
Probably destroyed themselves like every other super advanced society from tens of thousands of years ago.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
All right.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Oh, perfect timing.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't. Need evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
Hey, look at the action. What are you doing filming your fellow soldiers? Filming a documentary?
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
What was that little
Status report.
flicker?
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Engaging stealth systems.
All right, time for some action.
serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming
Bonus
with us?
objective then, eh?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
I hope we can trust him, or he can trust us.
Ship perimeter secured, Commander.
Alright, equipment. Alright, I do have my pistol, so presumably this is all the weapons that I have access to. Caden, Richard. I guess we go by last names. Alenko and Jenkins. I got a special red suit with an M7 on it. Or an N7. Combat armor and assault training. You use pistols, assault rifles, snipers. As a soldier. Yeah, alright. And a vanguard. Oh, no, a sentinel. You had... Oh, you're the class I was thinking about going. Throw, lift, barrier, stasis, decryption, electronics, first aid, medicine... Alright, so Cadens are support. It's got, like, support abilities and healing. You've got damage and some CC, or some biotics. So eventually CC. Oh, actually. No, never mind. Jenkins is purely combat. And Alenko covers the other two things. Alright. Journal. Head to the dig site.
Roughly 50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kajay, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens. Spectres are agents from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. and answer only to the Citadel Council. They are elite military operatives, granted the authority to deal with threats to peace and stability in whatever way they deem necessary. They operate independently or in groups of 2 or 3. Some are empathetic peacekeepers, resolving disputes through diplomacy. Others are cold-blooded assassins, ruthlessly dispatching problem individuals. All get the job done one way or another, often operating outside the bounds of galactic law. The Spectres were founded after the Solarians joined the Council. For many years they operated in secrecy as backroom problem solvers. Only after the Krogan rebellions did their activities become publicized. Assignment of a Spectre is less contentious than a military deployment, but makes it clear that the Council is concerned about a situation. Humanity's first contact with an alien race occurred in 2157. At that time, the Alliance allowed survey fleets to activate any dormant mass relays discovered, a practice considered dangerous and irresponsible by Council-aligned races. When a Turian patrol discovered a human fleet attempting to activate a relay, they attacked. One human vessel survived, retreating to the colony of Shanxi. The Turians followed, quickly defeating the local forces. Shanxi was occupied, the first and to date only human world to be conquered by an alien species. The Turians believed the handful of ships they defeated represented the bulk of human defenses, so they were unprepared when the Second Fleet, under Admiral Castany Drescher, launched a strong counteroffensive, evicting them from Shanxi. The Turians mobilized for full-scale war, drawing the attention of the rest of the galaxy. The Council quickly intervened, forcing a truce. Fortunately for humanity, the First Contact War was ended with a diplomatic solution.
Okay, there's my answer. So, humans were exploring a dangerous technology they didn't understand, and the Turians made the call to attack them to prevent them from activating the Halo, for example. So, it's not really anybody's fault, but both sides hold grudges against one another for attacking and being attacked. Yeah, no, I totally understand that situation. That seems fair.
The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government.
Okay, I read that one already.
The Terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel Council or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is populated by a loose affiliation of minor species, united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel Conventions. Their independence comes at a price. The Terminus is fraught with conflict. War among the various species is common, as governments and dictators constantly rise and fall. The region is a haven for illegal activities, particularly piracy and the slave trade. At least once a year, a fleet from the Terminus invades the nearby Attican Traverse. These attacks are typically small raids against poorly defended colonies. The Council rarely retaliates, as sending patrols into the Terminus systems could unify the disparate species against their common foe, triggering a long and costly war.
Let the pirates commit their piracy in order to avoid the bigger problem. Light lag prevents sensing in real time at great distances. A ship firing its thrusters at the Charon relay can be easily detected from Earth 5.75 light hours, or 6 billion kilometers away. But Earth will only see the event 5 hours and 45 minutes after it occurs. Due to the light speed limit, defenders can't see enemies coming until they have already arrived. Because there is an FTL travel and communication, but no FTL sensors, frigates are crucial for scouting and picket duties. I'm enjoying Mass Effect so far. A lot of lore. I haven't really done all that much so far, but it seems good. Passive sensors are used for long-range detection, while active sensors obtain short-range, high-quality targeting data. Passive sensors include visual, thermographic, and radio detectors that watch and listen for objects in space. A powered ship emits a great deal of energy. The heat of the life support systems, the radiation given off by power plants and electrical equipment, the exhaust of the thrusters. Starships stand out plainly against the near absolute zero background of space. Passive sensors can be used during FTL travel, but incoming data is significantly distorted by the effects of the mass effect envelope and Doppler shift. Active sensors are radars and high-resolution LADARs, or laser detection ranging, that emit a ping of energy and listen for return signals. LADARs have a narrower field of view than radar, but LADAR resolution allows images of detected objects to be assembled. Active sensors are useless when a ship is moving at FTL speeds. Oh, and you guys have points to use. That's why this is still highlighted. I don't know, giving them active effects seems good. Heal. Throw, lift, barrier, and stasis. And the cooldown of sabotage, overload, and first aid. Give him more abilities, and let him use them as he sees fit. More damage. And you've got an assault rifle, presumably, because pistols unlocks shotguns. Yeah, assault rifles unlock snipers. Health regen. That's pretty good. Got someone who can perform first aid, and I've got someone with health regen. Alright, now let me take a look back at the controls.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere.
Alright, so I can look around. Select to holster my weapon. R2 to aim. Or sorry, L2 to aim. L1 to choose what weapon I'm using. Oh, I can choose what my squad is using. Interesting. I don't really care what you use, but I want Jenkins to be using an assault rifle. Just use a fucking assault rifle, man. Han Kadar. Oh no, Lancer. Storm is the shotgun. Kessler is the pistol. Avenger is the sniper. Alright, so you... Yeah, I want using the Lancer. And you... I suppose can use the shotgun. And I can use pistol. Aim. LT to aim, increasing accuracy. R1 allows me to go through my abilities. Warp was my debuff. I can throw people with that. Okay. I don't know what the D-pad's doing.
On my way.
Oh, is that commanding people to go places?
On my way.
Oh God, what happened here?
Is that a grenade? What did I just throw? Looks like a grenade. I just used a med kit. Damn. How do I reload? Oh, I don't have a reload, right? I have an overheat. Okay, don't have to reload. Just have to use cooldowns to continue doing stuff. Ability to switch weapons, they're fine, probably. Jenkins!
Smells like smoke and death. Rip right through his shields. We're at a chance.
Sometimes Marines die. The rest of us just have to carry on. We still have to find that beacon.
It's the nature of war, man. Can't get all teary-eyed over every soldier that dies. Med-gels needed to heal injured squad members. Omni-gel can be used to bypass decryption and electronics challenges. Both can be acquired by defeating enemies and opening containers. How's my squad looking? Alright, so I am allowed to use all variety of weapons. I'm just best with pistols right now. Issue order for your squad. Mantis in the head. Don't know what up does yet. Good shot. Get them droids! Oh no! We're too late. Something about the way that they keep, like, showing these people off looks like they've got lazy eyes.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Give me a status report, Williams.
Oh, man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
I think they're Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
You're coming with us, Williams. We need that beacon.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime, none that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry, like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
Oh, well, heading out, homie. All right, thanks for stopping by. Maybe see you tomorrow. Mission computer, go to the squad screen to spend talent points for new squad members. Alright, you are another soldier to replace the one I just lost. Cool. Get you assault rifles just like before. And regen. Hopefully it'll be more useful on you.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Light armor. Pick up. Chemical rounds, sure. Development of practical manufacturing omni-tools allows modern militaries a great deal of flexibility in equipment loadouts. A vast number of field modification kits or upgrades are available for common equipment such as weapons, armor, omni-tools, biotic amps, and even grenades. An upgrade kit typically consists of less than a dozen unique parts and an optical storage disk. When loaded into an omni-tool, the OSD provides all technical specifications required to manufacture the tools and additional parts necessary to install the upgrade onto another piece of equipment. Assembly is typically modular, and installation can be completed in less than a minute. Since omni-tools are designed to use common battlefield salvage materials such as plastics, ceramics, and light metals, rendered into semi-molten omni-gel for quick use, it is quite possible for a trained soldier carrying upgrade kits to customize gear on the battlefield to fit the current tactical situation.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society. The Geth possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race.
Hive mind.
Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems. Kinetic barriers, more commonly called shields, provide protection against most mass accelerator weapons. Whether on a starship or a soldier's suit of armor, the basic principle remains the same. Kinetic barriers are repulsive mass effect fields, projected from tiny emitters. These shields safely deflect small objects traveling at rapid velocities. This affords protection from bullets and other dangerous projectiles, but still allows the user to sit down without knocking away their chair. The shielding afforded by kinetic barriers does not protect against extremes of temperature, toxins, or radiation.
So if you throw something as large as a chair at somebody, it would get through the barrier? Oh, but it's also got to be traveling at a high velocity. Alright, so... yeah, I can't really think of anything like chair-sized or larger or moving slowly that you wouldn't just, like, step out of the way of. Without it being like, I don't know, the treads of a giant tank that you just can't outrun.
Kinetic barriers.
Alright. Guess I don't have any sort of sprint button.
Smells like smoke and death.
Oh, more med gel. using an assault rifle, you're using a pistol. Move to the edge of cover and press RT to fire. But I don't see anyone. Approaching a little object will make you crouch to take cover behind it. Run out, you bastard. Oh, I do have a sprint button. Okay. Oh, that was a heal. What this?
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
It's a secondary objective, but I might as well check.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Ugh. What happened to them after they got skewered?
Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Where are you going? Shotgun, please.
We thought this world was safe until the Geth showed up.
Some stuff. No idea what my capacity is, so I'll just keep picking up things until they tell me I can't.
That door, it's closed. Security lock.
Some locked objects require decryption or electronics to access. If any squad member has the required talent, you will be able to unlock the object using the decryption or electronics interface or by using Omnigel. Advance to the central core. Press A and B to move inward and outward. Avoid security programs.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
How did you end up in this shed?
We hid here during the attack. They must have come here for the beacon. Luckily, it wasn't here. It was moved to the spaceport earlier this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geths swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
Yeah, Manuel.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only
You're all freaks.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Nah, he's fine. He's not causing me any issue. I'll be gone soon
it.
enough.
Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
You guys got anything in here? Nope, just some beds. Alright, well. Info is good. One of your own.
Saren.
Someone you know, even.
Nihilus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't turn your back on him.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Bye, my guy.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
Pretty big. Someone hiding over there.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
We took care of them.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring. Nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
What kind of packages?
I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it.
Yeah.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Oh no, I don't have enough charisma in either category.
Okay, forget about it. I've got more important things to worry about.
Good luck.
Got a pistol and a combat sensor. Electronic skill too low. Darn.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
What are you doing sneaking around back there?
I am sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot
Dishonorable.
him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
Where'd Saren go after he killed Nihilus?
He jumped on the cargo train and headed over to the other platform. Probably going after the beacon. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the
I really
crates?
wanted to speak
They
on this.
never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Go take a nap. You'll feel better.
It used to be beautiful here.
RB to bring up the power wheel. All right, my powers. What do I have again? Warp to do damage in an area. And I can throw people. Guess I should try those. Only to understand, like, how well they work. Oh no! I got too close. How far back is my autosave? Ah, right here. Ow. I think I missed my throw.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Got a traitor working with the hive mind. What side am I exiting from? Ah, right here.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Disarmed. Missed. Damn. Why won't you die? Two. Three. One charge remaining. Got a little bit of time before that charge goes off. Anything around here that I want? Okay, I guess I should go deal with that thing now. Hey, I'm curious. Somebody had first aid, right? Oh, no, no one has first aid. Darn, that would be a nice ability to have. Uh-oh. It's further away than I thought. The beacon is there. The thing I need to disable is over here? Oh shit. Time I spend in menu matters to the mission.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down!
Oh, I just went a little too far ahead and completely walked past a beacon. Whoops, oopsie doops. That's maybe.
I'm a little busy here.
Go pick up that stuff again now that I'm not at risk of being blown up. Whoops. Oh, that's not just timed. I can also activate it by pressing the button again. Okay.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is
Request
amazing.
immediate-
Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated
Don't touch it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Don't touch it. Yeah, she's dead. No, let me touch the MacGuffin.
No, don't touch it. Too dangerous.
I've been blessed with cosmic power. I'm right to assume that, like, that's the catalyst that turned Shepard into someone important, right? Which means that, like, fucking lady who touched it a second ago could have been the MC. And I literally yeeted her out of the way.
The ship that touched down on Eden Prime, the Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson.
That sound?
They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
There's Siren.
One of the humans may have used it.
Used to his temper tantrums, are you?
This human must be eliminated.
What is she the matriarch of? Is it the
Doctor.
Geth?
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Did they really not intend for me to have any hair at all? Did I clip through the small amount I had?
How did I end up here? How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the
Oh,
beacon,
good
I
sleep.
think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
Where's the beacon now? What happened to it?
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're
She'll
fine,
remember that.
but I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
As
Aye,
usual.
Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Go get your grub on,
Sounds
girl.
like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Alright.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Just bring it up again. I'm pissed.
We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad.
This default has some pretty, like, sad eye movements.
The Council's going to want answers.
The Geth would have wiped out the whole colony if I hadn't stopped them.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
All right. Ooh, I got a lot more points. All right, well, I can probably allocate those later. Helmet on or off? On a mission, I guess on. No assignments, which I guess are just like side quests. Codex. Although the Citadel is equipped with mass effect generating element 0 cores, most of the gravity on the station is generated by the centrifugal force of rotation. Rotation, 3.5 minutes per revolution. Rotational gravity in wards, pretty close to Earth. A little bit more. Rotational gravity in Presidium, 0.3 of Earth. Jump beak. Total length, 44 kilometers. Diameter, 12 kilometers. Ward length, 43. Ward width, 330 meters. So, relatively speaking, we're in a ring, and 330 meters isn't nothing, but it's much shorter than the 43 kilometers it takes to walk the length of the ward. Presidium ring, 7.2. Presidium ring width, 553 meters. Armor thickness is 13 meters. That should be enough for most things, I hope. 13.2 million people, not including keepers. 7.11 billion metric tons of weight. And it's about 1,000 meters for the tower. All right.
After the Geth secure a location, they round up and impale dead and living bodies on mechanical spikes. The spikes rapidly transform these victims into withered husks, extracting water and trace minerals, and replacing them with cybernetics. The cybernetics reanimate the lifeless flesh and tissue, transforming the bodies into mindless killing machines. Some Alliance soldiers refer to the husk-generating spikes as dragon's teeth, a reference to the mythological berserkers who sprang up from the earth wherever the teeth of the dragon Eris were planted. Dragon's teeth and husks bear little resemblance to other pieces of Geth technology. No one is sure why a synthetic race would bother to drain the minuscule amount of recoverable resources from organic corpses, though the value of reusing them as shock troops is obvious.
That could be reason in itself.
The Citadel is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans. Since the Prothean extinction, numerous species have come to call the Citadel home. It serves as the political, cultural, and financial capital of the galactic community. To represent their interests, most species maintain embassies on the Presidium, the Citadel's inner ring. The Citadel Tower in the center of the Presidium holds the Citadel Council Chambers. Council affairs often have far-reaching effects on the rest of the galactic community. 5 arms, known as the wards, extend from the Presidium. Their inner surfaces have been built into cities, populated by millions of inhabitants from across the galaxy. The Citadel is virtually indestructible. If attacked, the station can close its arms to form a solid, impregnable shell. For as long as the station has existed, an enigmatic race called the Keepers has maintained it.
The neutrals.
Combat hard suits use a dual-layer system to protect the wearer. The inner layer consists of fabric armor with kinetic padding. Areas that don't need to be flexible, such as the chest or shins, are reinforced with sheets of lightweight, ablative ceramic. The outer layer consists of automatically generated kinetic barriers. Objects traveling above a certain speed will trigger the barrier's reflex system and be deflected, provided there is enough energy left in the shield's power cell. Armored hard suits are sealable to protect the wearer from extremes of temperature and atmosphere. Standard equipment includes an onboard mini-frame and a communications, navigation, and sensing suite. The mini-frame is designed to accept and display data from a weapon's smart targeting system to make it easier to locate and eliminate enemies.
All right. All right, and I picked up a number of weapons on that journey, so I guess I'll have to figure out what I want to use. All right, well, I will figure that out later. And in the meantime, we will call it here for the night, and maybe before next session, I'll look into a little bit more about stats and stuff, and figure out kind of what directions I want to go in to reduce the amount of time I spend in menus. But that will be it for the night. Main menu. Okay, now. It's shaping up to be a pretty good game so far. Looking forward to playing more of it and meeting more alien races. Thank you very much for stopping by. We will be back here again tomorrow with some more Mass Effect. But until then, take care and have yourselves a good night.